She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest.
I still don't know the words.
You gotta figure it out.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? I am Beautiful.
And I'm Ace.
And we are
Together real bad. Real bad. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Feeling like on a high from this weekend, which we'll talk more about, obviously. Our apologies for not being able to drop an episode today, Tuesday. It just was not happening.
Too much great stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. So
we appreciate y'all for sticking with us and holding off one more day. I be trying to tell Ace that it is okay that we are a day late. Plus, it was a holiday. Like, come on. The people will understand that.
No, I know. I just don't like to disappoint people, which I'm sure you don't like to disappoint people
of course, no.
either. And so, some people might plan their day around it, meaning like, okay, I'm gonna get up tomorrow, listen to the podcast, wash the dishes, or like whatever. So, and I don't like to disappoint, because then it's like, oh my God, what did I do? What do I do with that like chunk of time that I was gonna listen to this podcast? Then people get mad because you're not consistent, just all of the things. So,
but we are very consistent.
Yeah, for the most part, for sure.
One time, ever so often is okay.
But what if it's a new listener and they listen, they were like, damn, this is good. I mean, I guess if it's a new listener, they have so many podcasts to binge.
Yes. So they'll be all right.
I just don't want to.
They're going to be all right.
They are. You're right. All right. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
But I just don't want to get into the habit of forgetting or not doing it.
And we won't, because you won't. So no worries there.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I'm good. Long weekend, which we'll talk about. Disclaimer: we have no guidance on today's episode, because we're just gonna freestyle and just talk about the weekend. The basis is just gonna be like starting a business with your mate or your partner. But whatever we get into, and we probably gonna keep it a little short. We're still trying to catch up on rest, housework, our work, all the things. There's a lot to do. So how are you?
I'm fine.
I know you're fine. I asked how you were. That's that line, y'all.
She a lame. Anyway, no, I'm good. Just like you said, tired. I have a little bit of a headache.
You want some water?
I've been drinking water all day.
Okay.
I used to hate when teachers would say that to you in class. Like, oh, I don't feel good. I have a tummy ache. Okay, go get some water. Or I have a headache.
Because
my eye keeps twitching. Okay, go get some water. Like, water doesn't solve all the problems.
Have you ever read this book? I know you haven't. It's called Coda's currently browbeating us for something. It's called, I'm gonna look it up. Water. Let's see. WATER Cures All book. I can't remember what the name of this is. Hold on 1 second. Is this it? I bought this book. Is this it? Yeah. The name of this book is called Water: for Health, for Healing, for Life. You're not sick, you're thirsty. And it's supposed to tell you, like, I'm gonna read it briefly. Asthma, allergies, arthritis, hypertension, depression, headaches, diabetes, obesity, and MS. These are just some of the conditions and diseases that are caused by persistent dehydration. But there is a miracle solution that is readily available, all natural and free: water. I was going with that, saying that's probably why they told you that.
Maybe. I don't know. It was just annoying to
Yeah.
That was the only solution that they had.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. I agree.
But I mean, I do drink water a lot. I do drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
I probably didn't have enough yesterday, and maybe that's catching up with me.
Might be a little carryover for
yeah,
sure.
Maybe a little bit, maybe too much white Hennessy.
You didn't drink that much yesterday, did you?
I didn't.
Oh, so I was like, you didn't even.
But I'm getting old.
Oh God.
I'm getting old. So
if you're old, then what am I?
Just a little older. Just by a hair.
Okay.
This baby, she is just so spoiled.
She is. Coda's in her lap. So, okay. Back on topic. I told y'all it's gonna be a free for all today.
It's not gonna be. We'll try to
stay within
follow
topic,
the format that we typically do. So, I mean, after the how are yous, we go into Black business.
Probably no. Typically, we go into
coming down. Coming down.
Coming out.
Coming out.
Yeah, coming out updates. But
updates.
in case y'all didn't hear last episode,
I am
she's
out.
Oh, she's out.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm gay and I'm proud.
Right in time for Pride. Show all your colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been really relieved
and ready.
Yes.
Waiting on your ring.
I am waiting on my ring, but the biggest thing. Sorry.
It's not coming anytime soon. We gotta wait. Whoa. We gotta wait like a year.
We'll talk about this off there.
Okay.
What? I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
I disturbed you that badly.
Yes. Anyway, I think I was gonna say. Oh yes. I'm not sure if I said this in the last episode, but like the biggest part of coming out has been just the way I feel about accomplishing one of my goals for the year in the first 6 months, which is huge.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to pop my wet bottle yet because I don't know.
You don't know your other.
I don't know. I got to look at my bingo card.
I'm probably way off.
But one of my goals was to live out loud, and now I feel like I get to do that. Like I'm wearing my rainbow headband. And I'm not wearing it on purpose at work or whatever. But this guy, I teach his daughter in parent talk class, and he had this shirt on that had a bunch of knives on it, like chef knives.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a row of knives here, and then on the back of the shirt it had like a bunch of knives. And so I asked him, like, what's up with the shirt? Like, are you a chef or something? And he was like, no, for my wedding I bought all the groomsmen like really nice knives because the person who made our wedding rings also makes knives, and we like knives as far as like quality knives.
Yeah, I love a good knife too. I get it.
And so all the knives that were here were in different colors, and he said this is this person, whatever, and it was in the color of the rainbow. And then he was like, and also to celebrate LGBT.
Oh, period.
So I was like, oh, that's nice.
And then you pointed to your headband.
I did not have to point to my headband. Okay. I feel like he probably like glanced up a little bit. But I thought that was funny. He's a cool dad. Like, okay. Yeah, I like him. He was nice. So yeah, no coming out update because I'm already out, but I guess I can continue to let you guys know my day-to-day.
Oh, you know what it should be now? I'm sorry to cut you off. It should be engagement updates.
Nah, because there aren't going to be any for a year. Okay. People just going to be sitting here like, all right, let me fast forward to this because it ain't going to be it ain't going to be nothing.
We should replace it with some sort of update. I don't know what that's going to be.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say maybe it's like one new thing that, I've tried to continue to live out loud or like we can get our bingo sheet and see. Did we check something off? Bingo sheet update? Sure. We could do bingo sheet update. We'd have to let them know what the bingo sheet represents and how it works. But we can do that.
We'll figure it out. In case you're watching on YouTube and you haven't seen Coda since she was a baby, please look at her now.
Look at this thing.
She is huge.
She's
not huge, but she is bigger than I thought she would be.
Say hi, Coda.
She's a cutie pie. That's Coda. Kinsey is on the couch sleep.
Because she older and she know what to do around this time.
For sure. She had to get them Z's. What else? Here I go with the ums again for transition. Oh, Black business highlight. So we did a Black Boy art show this weekend in Chicago. I know they have one, I think, in Atlanta and a couple other places, maybe Nashville.
I thought I saw one for Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn is next, I think, on the 22nd. We did a Black Boy art show this weekend with our new company, Jem Junkies, and we were next to a business called
Black Guys Rock.
Black Guys Rock, and they sell t-shirts that literally say Black Guys Rock. They sell them for $20. We bought 2 because we wanted to support, so we're going to highlight them for today. Again, the name of their business is Black Boys Rock. You can find them on Instagram. Just type in Black Boys Rock and it's going to pop right on up. So their t-shirts were $20, and me being the anthropo Negro that I am, told them that they're not selling those t-shirts for enough. A $20 t-shirt. When's the last time you seen a $20 t-shirt? That t-shirt you got on probably cost $40.
I got this at Target before we started
then it
going
probably
to Target.
cost 10 or 20. But they can afford to do that. They're producing mass amounts.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would have paid $50 for it, just off of the sheer fact that it's your company. It's a Black owned business, and you know it's a cool shirt, and with a great message.
And that message is like, the way that he described it is, if you have any, which I think is funny because I didn't tell you this, but it's like, if you have any, you know, males in your life, lawyers, architects, all the dentists, doctors, like just somebody that's in your life, a guy that's in your life that you're proud of, like this shirt celebrates them. It's all about celebrating the Black man. Like you can give it to your man. Like you can go out, you can wear the shirt yourself. You can go out with your man, you have your heels on. And he was talking about me, talking about my man. And I was like,
you don't see this girl over here looking gay as hell?
No, you weren't there. It was during the setup that he was telling me this information.
Which
is the reason why I told you to go and get some shirts, because I told him that we would purchase some before the night was over. Okay. I wasn't expecting us to be that busy, so I thought that we were going to be able to do it sooner, but we caught them right as they were packing up to go. But it's a great message. The shirts, you wore one yesterday. Yeah. How do they feel? Is it comfortable?
Yeah, they're comfortable. They're nice shirts. My biggest thing, it's always gonna be nice when you first put it on, but it's the wash up that's gonna determine like if the shirt is really nice or not. Yeah. But overall, I just like the message. Again, I would have paid $50 for the shirt just because of just the overall, like, you have to pay creatives for their creativity. You know, simple message, but you know, we don't know how long it took them to think about it, you know, and what they have to do to come up with it, all the things. So, so shout out to them, Black Boys Rock. Go grab one of their t-shirts and support.
The next thing on the agenda is Date Night Diaries.
Yeah, that's all you.
Date Night Diaries. So, Cowboy Carter was in town. No.
Oh, okay.
No. Cowboy Carter was in town. And last minute, we went and saw Miss B.
Bay? It's not Bay. They don't call it Bay. No?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think they call her that, baby.
You sure? I've seen it, B-E-Y on something.
Right. That's short for Beyonce.
I know, but
they're not gonna mispronounce the first part of the pronunciation of her name. It's not Bay. It's B.
Okay.
Anyway, we had a good time. Unfortunately,
it's freaking cold.
It was pretty cold. I was in there with a little sheep fur, whatever.
Oh, what?
But I was warm.
Oh, the lamb jacket, the lamb-ish jacket.
Lamb, sure, yeah, the lamb-ish jacket.
No, sheep. You're right. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Yeah. Okay. Sheep-ish. I don't know if it was actual sheep, but like it's giving.
It was warm. I was warm.
I knew you would be, for sure.
Ace was sitting up there with a coat, a hat, and the hood on.
And gloves.
What
the fuck, bro? It was cold.
We only forgot the hand warmers. Had we had the hand warmers,
we'd have been good.
I mean, I was good anyway. But
well, your hands are always warm and mine are always cold. So I would have loved to have had hand warmers. But really good show.
It was a very good show.
Really enjoyed it.
And this is I'm a Beyonce fan, yes, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a huge like die-hard fan. However, I did go see Renaissance thanks to Boo over here. And I knew every song on Renaissance. When it came to Cowboy Carter, I'm not a country fan at all. Like,
Slacking on your pimping.
Hate country.
Slacking
That's
on your
one
pimping.
genre that I was always like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that. However, after going to the show and like seeing the performance and the visuals with it, it made me want to go back and listen to the album a lot more. Because I did listen to it one time through, and I was like, okay, that's enough for me. There were a few songs on there that obviously I knew and liked, like Blackbird was my favorite at the time. Now it is still one of my, top 5. But after seeing her do Tyrant, I was like, yeah, that's my new groove.
Is that the one you would have been playing kind of over and over? Yeah, I don't know. You don't have to.
She was on the bull. Remember in the concert when she was on the bull?
Yes,
and she was riding the bull.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
That's that one.
Okay.
So yes, I really enjoyed the show despite not knowing all of the songs on the album, but I have since then replayed the album over and over and over again, and I have fallen deeper in it, and I do love the album.
Okay.
Now, will I get into any other country?
You might. There's some emerging artists, I'm sure, that have like a country feel, but maybe it's more like, I don't know if there's a such thing as like pop country or R&B country. Like it's got that little twist to it. Like I would consider Beyonce's R&B country because it's it's a bop. It's catchy.
Yeah. Well, I'll look into the Black country artist.
Yeah. What's his name?
Shabuzi.
Shabuzi. Yeah.
Yep. But there are like
Countless
a number
others.
of women on the album. I can't think of their names right now, and I really apologize. Outside of Tanner Dell, because I was already kind of listening to Tanner Dell after I fell in love with
that damn Buckle
Bunny.
song. You was playing that.
I'm a Buckle Bunny.
You was playing that.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm cursing today.
hard.
Sorry. Oh, you were playing that song like crazy. I'm like, oh my god.
You and say, "Oh your God," and
yes, I am the same way. But like, I think the obsession you had with that song was way over anything I've ever had.
I loved Buckle Bunny, still do. And so then when I heard that she was on Blackbird, I was like, let me listen to it. Still don't know who she is in there, but I can't hear the difference in the voices except for the first verse and the second verse. Outside of that, they all sound the same to me. Yeah, but it was a good show. And I honestly got some of the subliminals of what may happen next. And these
Go ahead and tell it.
These are just my theories. Like, okay, so I know
and if they're correct, you heard it here first.
Okay, we already know that there's been some stipulation about speculation. Sorry, not stipulation. Speculation that Act 3 is going to be a rock album. I am going to say that I absolutely 1,000% agree with that. And that is because there is one song that is on the album that touches on rock a little bit. She's giving me good vibrations.
Oh, yeah.
And so that song in there, because they even talk about genres like meshing and all the things on the album. Like there's a
interlude.
Yeah, interlude that talks about that. So then seeing the performance and then also the stage from where we were sitting, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but it is in the shape of a guitar, like a star guitar, like a rock star guitar. So that confirmed it for me that the next or Act 3 will be a rock album. But then I also feel like there is going to be some other genre that's going to be coming out. There was a part in the performance that she was like, or there was a visual that's saying that this is theater. And she had the dancers come out. Was somebody singing opera?
Was she singing kind of operatic?
It was
notes?
It was something like that, and I was like, no way.
That would be dope if she could hit. I do remember saying, I didn't know Beyonce could hit those notes. So maybe she is gonna delve into some opera or some theater type.
Yeah,
which I think would be cool.
Yeah. I agree. So those are my predictions. That's what I see might be coming. But hell, who am I? I'm nobody.
You heard it here first.
I am nobody.
No,
but
you
yeah.
are somebody. You are kind. You are
No, you is kind.
love. You
no,
is important.
You is kind. You is smart. You is important.
Yeah, there you go. Our dogs are fighting. Sorry about that. Like, no, they're like really fighting.
But not really fighting. They're playing.
Yeah. So sorry for that. I'm sure you heard in the background. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That's it for Date Night Diaries.
Okay. We're just going to move right on into the main topic and float around and see what we come up with. Is basically starting a business with your partner. So to tell you guys about this weekend.
Don't do it, Miss Seeley. I'm just joking.
That was pretty good.
That was?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. No pictures, please.
Yeah, so this weekend, let's see, Saturday, busy all day. I was busy all day. What'd you do Saturday? You worked.
I did. I worked.
You worked. So Saturday I had 2 or 3 events for cotton candy, and they were all with the cart, the new cart,
which is great.
So extra $150 every time. And the one cool thing about it, I guess I'm kind of going somewhere with this. The one cool thing about it is one of the people that I did an event for was the first person I did an event for 7 years ago.
You didn't tell me that.
Mm-hmm. So her son graduated high school. So it's just think 7 years ago, he wasn't even in high school. He was like a baby. He was maybe like 11, 12. So it was really cool to have her reach back out. She still had my number in her phone. I had her number in my phone. And she just reached out like, yeah, I'm, having a graduation party and I want to have cotton candy. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I have a new fancy cart now. And I sent her a picture. She was like, oh, I like fancy. She was like, yes, absolutely. And so, I went out there and did that for her and all the things. And it was good seeing her. I kind of remembered what she looked like 70 years ago. She looked like thinner, which is a great thing. And handsome son. It was just a good event at the Elgin Country Club. So I was very appreciative of that. So with that being said, that's just a little story. It has really nothing to do with your partner. Starting a business with your partner. But one thing that I think I've always said about one of the things I love about you is like how supportive that you are and have been in like our businesses, or my business turned our business with the cotton candy company. Like that's just our business. And it's super helpful to know that if I'm like, hey, can you do this one for me? Like, and you'll be, if you're not busy, then you'll be like, yeah, I can do it. Like it's super helpful just to know that. And it also helps.
I felt like I was sitting too long.
Okay. And it also helps like bring in more money.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it all by myself. And I am slowly trying to release some of the responsibility of doing some of these events because it's getting to be like a lot with having 3 or 4 in a day on a Saturday, in the summer. So it's really helpful that you are supportive in that way and like do what you can and offer suggestions and all the things. So I appreciate that. But this weekend we had our first event that is our, what are you doing?
Keep talking. Go.
We had our first event, which the name of our company is called Jem Junkies. You can find us at jemjunkies.com, JEMJUNKIES.com. And we had our event at the Black Boy Art Show.
I just wanted to do that. You didn't give me I was like, let me just press the button. Because you were giving me a good leeway.
I was trying to. I didn't know after I said we had our first event, you should have went.
Right, but then you kept talking.
You didn't press the button.
You didn't really pause. I needed a pause.
Okay.
That was my cue. The pause was my cue.
Got it.
I missed my cue.
Yeah, it's okay. But we had our first event at the Black Boy Art Show at Zuby Art Center, I believe it's called, in Bridgeport. Supposedly, and I believe it, over the course of 5 hours, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no, 6 hours, 3,000 people showed up. And I personally feel like 3,000 people showed up right at our table.
Right at our table. Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool to be so well received. People like they kind of came.
Look at this.
Make sure people, can't see people.
Yeah.
Move it around.
Just.
Those are all for custom grills.
Custom grills.
Like people who are interested and want information. Yeah, which is so dope. Like, it was so awesome to be well received.
I was so nervous. I didn't think
Were you?
No, maybe
you
okay, not so nervous. I had some worries or doubt that people would actually come to the table. Like I had some anxiety of like being one of those tables like crickets. And you have to stand out there and heckle like, hey, are you interested? No, we didn't even have time to talk, actually.
We really didn't.
We didn't have time to talk. Our friend Melissa showed up after an event. Yeah, shout out to Melissa. Showed up and like just jumped right in and like was receiving customers for us and
telling them to fill out the sheet.
Yeah, our waivers, information on grillz. Jot down your information for that. And after my first couple sets,
you were good.
I wasn't shaking when I was putting on the glue or nothing. Like I didn't have to breathe. Okay, so the first set of impressions that I did for that grillz that I sold, why did I put the cheek retractors in? And was wondering why, like,
He was like, damn, what's wrong with this?
Yeah, this don't seem right. I don't remember. this don't. Yeah, that's how nervous I was. But then I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it again. And so I did it without the cheek retractors, and it worked out much better.
Okay. I'm sure she was fine with it.
Yeah. No, she was fine. She was the one that took a picture with me, and we posted it. So yeah, shout out to y'all, like,
for sure,
for supporting and coming through. Like, definitely exceeded my expectations personally. Definitely made me feel a lot more comfortable within what we're starting. Like, there is a demand for it, and not that I didn't believe it, but it was actually put in my face.
I be telling you, girl, rock with me. I know a little something.
You do know a little something.
I see shit coming, and I'm not trying to have a big head, but I see shit coming.
And I love that about you, because I don't have that vision. I can't wait to get on my therapy session with Katrina and tell her everything. Like, I love it. I love coming to her with like great information. I almost damn near don't even need to talk to her like that anymore.
She probably gonna let you go shortly.
Yeah, she probably will. Yeah. But it's always great to come to her with like good news about something that was causing me anxiety, and now I feel great about.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. We were hella busy. We probably did, I think, probably about 40 people in 5 hours, which
we could have doubled
that if we had 2 tables. If I was doing it and you were doing it, and then we had somebody that was talking to people who wanted to do grillz, and then somebody who was answering questions. So in reality, we need 4 people.
Yeah. We definitely do.
But you know, we made do with what we had, and I had a good time doing it. I really did.
I did too. I had a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see any of the exhibits, but it was nice to, like, you know, be the talk of the Black Boy Art Show. I feel like we definitely were in some capacity. There were tables that came up to us after packing up and everything had ended. It was like, so what were y'all doing over here?
Selling drugs.
And he believed you at first.
He was like, hold on, what? And patted his bag. Like, no, not for real.
But I even met the founder of Black Boy Art Show. And can you look up his name real quick?
Yeah.
It's something Love, like Joshua Love. I think that's what his name is. And I hate that I don't remember it. But I guess I was a little nervous to talk to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Joshua Love.
Oh, look at that. Look at me. So, yeah, Joshua Love, he was a very, like, nice guy. Invited us to the Black Girl Art Show that they have in a couple months.
I signed up.
You did sign up already?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So he was like, so what were you doing over here? And I was like, we're doing tooth gems and grill services. He was like, oh, okay, we've never had anything like this at our shows before. like, and basically saying like it was like a great, like a big hit. And then suggested that we sign up for Black Girl Art Show. And I was like, yeah, we're thinking about it. He was like, no, don't think about it. Do it.
Just do it.
And so Joshua Love, not that you may or might not be listening to this, but we're following suit. If you are, we are following suit, sir. It was great meeting you. And I look forward to collaborations, I guess this is a collaboration to some degree,
for sure. It is. I mean, we could try and figure out some way to do like a, are you trying to come over here? Ain't no way. It's no way. Oh girl, it is no way you're trying to come over here. This dog don't even like me. I don't know what this is about.
That's not true.
You got something you want to say? No? Okay.
You want to talk to the people. Even the photographer kept coming by to take pictures of us. I can't wait to see what those look like, because she definitely got the crowd. She got us in work mode and in the process of applying tooth gems or doing consultations for grillz. It was such an exciting environment. While I was getting a slight headache because I hadn't eaten, I was more excited about the keep moving part of it. Like, I didn't stop moving. Every time I turned around, I was cleaning up and sanitizing everything, and somebody else was sitting down in the chair. For sure. That was very exciting.
The grillz part was cool too. I really wish we could have done more grillz, but I think part of it is, one, some people have sticker shock, and it's understandable, but these are precious metals, so it's not going to be cheap, and it's also custom to you and your mouth. That's the other thing. And two, a lot of people just don't know what they want. They're like, I want one, I just don't know what I want.
I don't think obviously they weren't expecting us to be there, so they didn't have their ideas ready.
Right. And so I'm just going to go through that list, set up some sort of email communication, and tell people to, hey, either I don't know if I should be like, hey, can you email us? I feel like email would be easier to keep track of.
Please. I think that would, and it'll allow me to be able to see as well, because I don't get the text.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well,
I don't want the text. I really don't.
It wouldn't come from our Jem Junkies number. It would be like a general SMS. But anyhow, I think that's what I'm going to do. My goal is to get that done by the end of the week, because I don't want to lose momentum with that, and just inquire with people. We had somebody hit inboxes today like, I want to book an appointment. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What do you want? She's like, I want to do grillz. And she's like, I'm like, okay, hey, hit us up. And so I'll follow up with her. But it was just really awesome. We would love to do a storefront. I don't know if that's going to happen. We kind of have something in the works, but every time I think we have something in the works, it just falls through. It's so disappointing. But yeah, just kind of high off that experience, really.
Yeah, somebody even wanted to inquired about flying us out to LA for different events.
Did you get her information?
I did not get her information, but I was in the weeds.
Hey, you should have been like, hey, you got a card? Leave it on the table. No.
I wonder if I got a card.
You think you got a card?
I don't know. I got somebody's card. I know I got Black Guys Rocks card, but I feel like somebody else also gave me information, and I'm not sure if it was them. I got to look at my bag, because I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But in the event that is true, that would be great.
Yeah. So, I think that for us, our greatest weakness working together is coming to an agreement sometimes.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. And I don't mean this in a bad way. I just feel like we both have opinions, and we're trying to get our opinions or thoughts out, and it's like, no, I don't agree, and you're like, no, I don't agree, and it's like, okay, well, I guess we just don't agree, which is fine. But we got to find some. But we do find some way at some point, especially when it comes to the business, to make it make sense. I think in general we sometimes have that. I don't really agree. Why do we do it this way? Why we don't do it that way? Yada yada yada. That's just in general. Yeah. So
I don't think I wouldn't even say it because we don't respond to each other oh, I don't agree with that. No, it's more of but what about doing it this way? What about this? What about that? I think that we both have different visions. You like to say that I'm the entertainment department and these things are my responsibility, but you don't actually live in that. You don't allow me all the time to work my department.
We had this discussion about department heads and subordinates last time.
And y'all still ain't give y'all opinion on it. And I'm waiting. Did you put the clip out on
I have been
TikTok?
I haven't been doing very well posting our shorts or reels or whatever on TikTok. It's just been too busy.
Yeah.
But I'll get better. What do you hope to accomplish with this business?
Oh.
Yes.
I will answer your question.
Don't forget the question.
You don't forget the question.
Oh man, okay.
Black Women's Expo.
It's in July.
I forget when it is, but the girl who was one of the ladies who was helping Black Guys Rock.
Yeah.
She is like on the board with Black Women Expo, and she said that we should sign up to be a vendor there.
Really?
That's the information that I got.
Do you think that's our demographic?
Probably not, because I was like, oh, when is this, or where is it? And she was like, at McCormick Place, like it has been for like this past. So I was like, I'm like, how am I supposed to fucking know that?
It's pretty common knowledge, I guess, if you have a business. Danny's gone before. I think she was on a panel, I believe.
I mean, I've obviously heard of Black Women's Expo, but I never had any intention of ever going.
Yeah, I feel that. Black Women's Expo. Let's see, 2025. I don't know that that's our demographic.
Yeah.
Did you get her card?
I think that's the information that I received. I think it was her card that
I need you to find that card, because if she's inviting us, I would like to not pay. Because and I don't mean to sound like, like that, but it's I think it's expensive, because Danny did it one year, and I feel like she told me she thought it was expensive. Shh. Sorry about that, y'all.
She wants to play, and Kenzie is like,
nah.
Leave me alone.
But okay, what do you hope to accomplish? And then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, what I hope to accomplish with this business, honestly, to build like a bunch of I want to be the most well-known tooth, gem, and grills company in Chicago. Right now, I don't know of any grills companies in Chicago.
They're up north.
Okay, well, there aren't any on the south side, but I think that with our networks that we have,
absolutely,
I feel that we can become very popular and further exceed my expectations of what this business can do. Mm-hmm. I think it's very trendy, and I think that, once I feel like a lot of people are a little nervous about the process and what it does, and thinking that it's permanent and it's going to damage your teeth because they don't know.
It's just a little education to be provided.
Exactly. And I feel like we should probably provide some of that information on our page.
Oh, yeah, I can make flyers about it so people can just pick them up, or a QR code. So, I'm sorry, were you finished?
Kind of, yeah. So I'm just excited to see where it takes us, like what we can do with it. Yeah. My goal, I don't know if I have a goal. If I had a goal, I feel like it would be a number goal, but I don't even want to put limits on ourselves.
No, I wasn't talking about numbers. Yeah, no,
I know you weren't talking about numbers, okay. But you said a goal with it. And if I'm thinking of goal, I'm thinking like numbers, like what can this do? What does that look like? But I don't want to put a number on it. But I just hope to, be the most popular grills and tooth gem service in Chicago area. Period. Chicagoland area. I want to be so popular that people fly into Chicago for an expo or whatever, and then actually fly us out to LA. So now we're bi-coastal. Like, hey, do you do these parties? Yes, we do.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, like, do you guys like do parties or whatever? I was like, that's something that we could definitely like get into. Like, the price is right. Like, I think a tooth gem party would be super dope.
Oh, somebody asked me about a girls' party, and she was like, y'all do that? I was like, yep, we do. Ain't no question.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For a girls' party,
Yes.
where you want us to set up.
That's it.
So what are your goals?
I thought of it kind of like a Sweeney Todd, besides just being for the obvious, but being like a really lifestyle cultural brand where so we're talking about Jem Junkies, but now we're talking about it in a sense of like, it's gonna sound real corny, but like we drop gems for life. Like, so it's like wellness kind of. So, you know, like the water thing, like, hey, you know, a gym is you should drink a bunch of water. And this is very basic, low level, but there are some high level thoughts that I have. But the low level is like, hey, this is a gym for you. You need to drink water. Or, hey, for your mental health, you should do this and this and that.
Like gym of the day.
Yeah. Like just taking it to that and then just making it a social space or a social club. You know, where people can
like
just
Sweeney
come.
Todd's, not
Yes, like
okay.
Sweeney Todd's, yeah.
Not in Sweeney Todd's.
No.
Warren never got back to me, and I thought we were cooler than that.
It's all right. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, it's not. It might be something else that's better. So, yeah, just high level kind of thinking, lifestyle, thinking bigger than just tooth gems and grills. So that when this, because it's a trend, so that when this trend kind of, you know, subsides a little bit, there's still something to be had or something to be said or something to be done. I also thought about having a not-for-profit arm where we create grills for those who can't afford to get like their teeth fixed or get teeth, you know. So it's like for every, you know, 10 grills we sell, we make one grill for free for people who can't like afford to have their teeth fixed, like just don't have like 3 or 4 teeth on one side of their mouth or whatever. So those are just some of the things that I was thinking about for like more longevity purposes.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. You have all the ideas, so
me and ChatGPT, but those two I came up with those by myself. But me and ChatGPT, we are invincible.
All right. Anything else with like doing business with your partner? Do you have any like advice? I think the only thing that you said about me doing business with like together was that I am supportive of you. I don't think we talked at all about anything else outside of Black Boy Art Show and our experience.
I think, yeah, you're right, but that doesn't have to be the name of the episode. But yes, you're right. I would think that I think the fear is that we only started talking about business and now we're just business partners and not together and intimate and not you know, in a relationship. We're in a business partnership, which I'm kind of aware of. Like, I don't want it to get to that. So I think just having boundaries about maybe when we talk about business and all the things will help with that. I think also we work together pretty good, but I think we could always work together better. And I think that's just going to come with working together. Yeah. I think we have to not to take things personal if they happen in the heat of the moment, when we're working on things or in the business or working at events where it's just like, hey, no, can you grab this? Or you didn't hear me? Like, you know, not bring that home. I think that's important to make sure that that's a boundary, because obviously it's separate, you know, it shouldn't creep into your relationship. I feel like those 3 things are super important to just make sure that like business is over here and our relationship is over here. Now they're gonna overlap, but as much as possible, like keep them separate. Yeah.
You want to tell everybody what your goal is for me in these businesses?
Oh, we trying to get her to stop working for the man, or at least do part-time. Because I know you said you wanted to take advantage of the pension, and I'm not mad at that. But if it's a situation where we could just run all 3 businesses and be okay and feel comfortable, and then and then they start running themselves, then we don't really have to worry about where a 401k or a pension, because we'll just be getting residuals from the businesses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Any thoughts for you?
None at the moment.
Okay.
I have been saying, like, people will ask me how we got started or whatever, and I tell them like the origin story, kind of, and say like, yeah. And I mentioned actually that you want me to stop working and be my own boss, and so then I say that the Tooth Gems is kind of, I guess, would be like one of my babies for
that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna kind of go over quickly like how you started business, but
how do you start a business?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could let us know if y'all want that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yep, hit the inbox.
If y'all want the episode, I guess we're moving into like Together Real Bad, not being only about relationships, but right? Am I wrong in that? Or
No,
like,
you're not wrong, but you're not wrong. It's still it's going to be relationship based, but
yes.
it'll be more like the last 2 episodes have been kind of outside of the us box and more the we box, if that makes sense. Like we talked about bisexuality, and then today we talked about like working together. So it wasn't like we were addressing any quote unquote problems we were having or any quote unquote wins. It was just like, hey, here's us in the world. Here's what we're dealing with. Like, who else is dealing with the same thing, being you in the world? That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
All right, friends.
All right.
Let's roll, friend. Or is it friends?
I don't even know what that's from.
Oh, you got to. I'll pull up the video.
Okay.
Just remind me.
All right.
Until next time, y'all.
Peace.